Now that this video has found you, you can be certain that it's time for you to go all in. Quit playing with your potential. You know you are meant to be great. What are you doing? Friend, you are sitting there watching your life pass you by. Are you serious? Get it together. You need you, and most importantly, the world could use you as well. We're here for a reason. This year, it's time to go all in. I just don't understand why you are not looking in the mirror and hyping yourself up and convincing yourself that you should be going all in. This is your life. Nobody else can go all in for you. What are you doing? What are you doing? Have some courage about yourself, okay? Courage is the ability to do something that frightens you. But what was it that was frightening you last year? Was it you becoming an influencer or content creator? Was it you starting the business? Was it you going to school? Was it you traveling? Was it you going to visit a new coffee spot? Do you know you don't even have to be scared? You don't even have to be frightened. You just have to do it. Do you know that once you take that leap, you'll always be willing, be courageous enough to take another risk? You take one risk, you take several risks. You're never afraid of anything after that because you don't have a fear of failure. Even if you did have a fear of failure, the desires that you created in your imagination that you want so badly to achieve and become, those would never have been a thing. So like for instance, for me, I had a complete fear of going off to Chicago and becoming a licensed esthetician. I was like, Chicago? But at the same time, the fear plus the emotions of knowing that this is what I desire, fear did not override my feelings towards becoming a licensed esthetician. And that's how you should really perceive what you desire to do, is like, is your fear bigger than your feelings towards what you want to become or who you desire to become? If your fear is bigger than your feelings, then you don't really desire it. Maybe you should consider that what you desire is coming from an egotistical headspace versus your heart space. When the feelings of wanting to achieve what you desire come from your heart space, that feels a lot different than it does when it comes from your head space. I would just challenge you to sit with yourself and figure out, is this coming from my heart space or is this coming from my head space? Where's this desire coming from? When it comes down to being courageous, that requires you to be bold and it requires you to be daring. Boldness is part of being courageous, but it's being confidently courageous. It is you being confident in your ability to take risks time after time after time. Like you have no fear of taking risks. Daring is being audaciously bold. It's being adventurous. Being adventurous is also a huge part of taking risks. There are some things that being courageous is going to just require of you in order to get to where you desire to be. Courage is the foundation of our values and our virtues. Having courage allows us to step outside of our current comfort zone and be confident that taking risks is well worth the rewards. Being courageous forces you to live authentically. Living authentically will force you to understand how to bring yourself satisfaction and peace. Being courageous is not separate from you. Just like bringing yourself satisfaction and bringing yourself peace, those things are not separate from you. They are actually something you already behold. Being courageous builds confidence because once you do the things that scare you, you will come to find that they're not even scary. It's just that your beliefs, how you grew up, your environment, your genetics, whatever, etc., etc. Those are just some of the extrinsic and intrinsic factors that come into play in terms of your confidence. Basically, we're told, oh, if you don't believe this, if you don't do that, etc., you're not a confident human being. How can someone outside of you determine your own confidence? That's actually impossible. What they can do is project onto you how they think and how they view what confidence is. There are a lot of people that are not confident. There are a lot of people that think being humble is confidence, and that's not necessarily the case. Just because you believe in yourself and other people believe in you and you believe in your own power as a human, it doesn't mean that you are overly confident or cocky or you're trying to brag or boast about anything. 9 times out of 10, the people that are misjudging you for being confident and courageous are people that don't have it within themselves to be confident and courageous. It doesn't fall on you. Being courageous forces you to build confidence and become more resilient. When you are becoming courageous or you are moving through your life with courage, that means you trust in yourself enough to be your own person. You seize opportunities. You realize that you have the power to overcome your fears. In my opinion, it is always worth it to be courageous. In my own experience, I have done a lot of things that I would previously deem scary. Once I figured out how to trust myself with myself, that's all I needed to be able to move forward in my life courageously with everything that I do. I I do my best. I do my best to do the things that frighten me the most. So for example, I use it so much, but um, taking that risk and just going to Chicago, taking the risk and opening up my business, opening up my suite, surfing, snowboarding, going out of the country, everything that I was programmed to dislike, I actually love so much. I am appreciative of finding it in myself to move past my old ways of thinking and feeling and just jumping into wanting to feel different. Not like different from the crowd, but yes, different from the crowd as well. Like just wanting to internally feel more, to embrace my inner being, my higher being as more. We are energy having a human experience. If there's something that you've been all in your head about that you've been wanting to do for the longest, but you're just afraid how other people will perceive you, or you're afraid of how you will perceive yourself afterwards, that is irrelevant. Once people see you doing the thing that you're frightened of doing, it literally inspires other people to do the things that they are afraid of doing as well. Obviously, you don't have to do it for those reasons. It comes with the territory. So you have to embrace that as well. This topic has been on my brain since the last video, and I am so happy that I am putting this video out because I don't know, I just felt this is ironic, but I felt afraid to talk about it because I don't feel like anyone is really talking about this on the tube right now. Um, but I think it's very necessary to talk about. It's been wonderful being able to sit down and chat. Comment down below, what is the one thing that is frightening you, but you feel like, okay, it's time for me to do? Let me just tell you, I look forward to you guys liking this video, subscribing, and don't forget to comment down below. Happy New Year. Let's go all in. I'll catch you guys in the next video.